Hello guys, welcome to 5 Minute Medico. Our today's topic is history taking in ophthalmology. Each one of us has some idea about the history taking, but we are always confused on what to write, what not to write. And as soon as we say any symptom like redness, itching, the first question we get from the examiner is tell differential diagnosis or in which all condition it is seen. All this stuff has been covered greatly in this video. The core of the history taking in ophthalmology is based on the ocular examination, starting from the head till retina. So it is very much important for you to know what is normal and what is abnormal. I tried to cover each of your doubts in video with the help of the clinical images. So trust me, after completion of this video, what you will be saying to the confusions in history taking is
निकल पहली फुर्सत में निकल.
This is how your starting should be. Name of a patient, a -year-old male or a female patient, dash by occupation, resident of, came to ophthalmology, OPD or casualty on date. So the first question you will be getting on the occupation is the occupational hazards. So heat cataract is seen in glass factory worker, computer vision syndrome in computer professionals, trauma or injuries in sports person, photoophthalmitis in welders. Next heading is chief complaints. We need to mention the chief complaints with duration since within chronological order. Example, diminution of vision in right eye since 5 months. So all the symptoms you will be writing in your history taking has multiple causes. So it becomes very difficult for us to learn. I have combined all the possible symptoms with their causes in a single page so that whenever a patient tells any complaint, so you can straight away open this page and see. For example, redness. It is seen in conjunctivitis, subconjunctival hemorrhage, iridocyclitis, trichiasis, scleritis, episcleritis, keratitis and endophthalmitis. I have shared the drive of the PDF in the description so you can download the whole PDF of history taking in ophthalmology. Next heading is HOPI, that is history of present illness, starting with he or she was apparently alright, dash months, days, years back. Notice the chief complaints. Write the chief complaints in a chronological order. What all to write for each complaint. Write onset, whether it is insidious, that is slowly or sudden, duration, time since, progression, aggravating and relieving factors. Next heading, negative history. No history of, example, redness, glare, watering. All DDs are given for each symptom in the chief complaints. You need to write here which all symptoms were not present in your case. Next heading, past history. There are some systemic disease which can show ocular pathology like TB, leprosy, syphilis, hypertension, diabetes, asthma and allergy. Trauma can also cause traumatic cataract retinal detachment. You should ask for similar complaints in past, that is check for reoccurrence, which is seen in herpes simplex keratitis. Ask for similar complaints in other eye, which is seen in senile cataract, uveitis, retinal detachment. Ask for personal history, diet, gallbladder, sleep addiction. Family history, whether it is significant or not. It is significant for congenital cataract, ptosis, squint, glaucoma and refractive errors. Next heading is treatment history. Any surgery of eye in past, any drug history should be asked. Then comes the examination, which is in 3 parts, general, systemic and ocular examination. You should always start the general examination with patient is conscious, cooperative and well oriented to time, place and person. Write the vitals of the patient, that is BP, pulse, respiratory rate and temperature. Write the pickle, that is pallor, icterus, clubbing, cyanosis, lymphadenopathy and edema. Then systemic examination, RS, respiratory rate, type of respiration, CVS, S1, S2 heard, no murmur, CNS, sensory, motor or any neuro deficit, parabdominal, soft, rigid, whether organomegaly present or not. Here comes the main and the most important, that is ocular examination. It starts from the head posture till the retina. It is very important for us to know what is a normal condition and what is abnormal. If nothing is present, that is the patient is normal, you can straight away copy what is written in the normal. First, head posture. Normal, it should be straight, not tilted, not turned towards right or left. Abnormality, in paralytic squint, head turned in the direction of paralyzed muscle to avoid diplopia. Second, ptosis, chin is elevated to see properly. Next, forehead. Normally wrinkles are present and is symmetrical. In abnormal conditions like facial nerve palsy, there is loss of wrinkles and symmetry as seen in the image. Eyeball, normally it is symmetrical. Abnormal, exophthalmos, which seen in trauma, thyroid disorder and orbital cellulitis. Anophthalmos, trauma and orbital varix. Fourth is eyebrow, normally in same level. complete cilia, that is the hairs are present, abnormal, madarosis, absent in lateral 1/3, ptosis, difference in level. Next, eyelids, normally they should be symmetrical. Position, lower lid touches limbus, upper cover 1/6 of the cornea. Normal lid margin. Abnormal condition, there is entropion, that is inward turning lid margin as seen in the image. Ectropion, that is outward turning in the lid margin. Eyelash abnormality is trichiasis. Then check for the visual acuity by Snellen's chart. Write for both the eyes without glass and with pinhole. Next is conjunctiva. Normally it should be clear. Abnormal conditions like pterygium, there is a degenerative fold. We can also see congestion in conjunctivitis, iridocyclitis, acute congestive glaucoma. Follicles or papilla can be seen in conjunctivitis. Next is cornea. Normally the shape and size is elliptical and 11 mm in diameter. Surface is smooth, transparent, avascular and no keratic precipitates. Corneal reflex is present. Abnormal conditions increase in size like ophthalmos as seen in the image. There can be irregular surface due to corneal ulcer. There is loss of transparency in edema, ulcer or vascularization. Loss of sensation in drugs, contact lens, herpes zoster, herpes simplex and acute congestive glaucoma. Keratic precipitates, that is the mutton precipitates, are seen in granulomatous iridocyclitis. Next is the sclera. It should be white and there should not be any congestion or inflammation. Abnormal, yellow color in jaundice, blue color in Marfan syndrome. Inflammation can be seen in scleritis and episcleritis. There can also be staphyloma, that is bulging. Then anterior chamber, it should be visualized under slit lamp. Normally, it should be 2.5 mm deep. No iris shadow should be seen. Abnormally, it can be either shallow or deep. Shallow in primary narrow angle glaucoma, hypermetropia, malignant glaucoma. Deep in aphakia, pseudophakia, myopia, ophthalmos, keratoconus and synechiae. Next is the iris. Normally it should be normal black-brown color pattern. Abnormal, light color in Horner's syndrome, dark color in malignant melanoma. Pupil, normally normal size reacting to light. Light and near reflexes are present. Abnormally, loss of light reflex, lesion in pupillary light reflex pathway either in optic nerve or oculomotor nerve. Lens should be seen on slit lamp. Normally it should be clear, transparent. Abnormally, it shows white opacity in cataract. Different cataracts with different presentation like snowflake appearance in diabetic cataract, breadcrumb appearance in complicated cataract, Christmas tree appearance in myotonic dystrophy, rosette in traumatic. Pupil is jet black in aphakia. There is shining reflex in pseudophakia. Next, also check for the ocular movements. Normally there should be no restrictions. Unilaterally, there are 4 types of movements which are called as ductions, which are abduction, adduction, supraduction and infraduction. Binocular, there are 9 movements which are called as versions, which are in all gaze, that is primary, secondary and tertiary gaze. Check for the lacrimal sac. Normally, there should be normal skin color, no swelling and regurgitation test should be negative. If all of these are positive, then it leads to dacrocystitis as seen in the image. Fundus should be examined by direct or indirect ophthalmoscope. Here comes the end to the big ocular examination. Do not forget to mention the investigations, which should be in 2 headings, that is ocular and systemic. Ocular includes conjunctival smear, IOP measurement, syringing, slit lamp, ophthalmoscopy, A scan, B scan, keratometry. Systemic investigations, hemoglobin, blood pressure, blood sugar level, ECG, ENT checkup, dental checkup, HIV status, HBS AG and VDRL. Conclusion should always be with the final diagnosis. My diagnosis is, mention the diagnosis. Writing the treatment plan in medical or surgical manner can give you plus point. Thank you so much. If you love this video, please like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel 5 Minute Medico.